What's up, everybody? This your boy Willie Lee. Man, I'm in a video making mood. I don't know if y'all noticed yet. But check this out. I want to talk to y'all about breaking the legacy of poverty. And what brought this video about is because, I had to put money on my daughter's school lunch account because her balance is low. So I had to put some money on her school lunch account, and I'd be like, damn, like, how she running through all this money so fast? How much each meal costs and all this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I got to thinking, like, you know what? Like, my mama didn't have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? Her mama didn't have to go through that. My granddaddies and them, they ain't have to go through that. You know why? It's because my children are the first generation in my family, to not get free lunch. Like, we don't qualify for free lunch. That made me kind of happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the first generation in my family that didn't qualify for free lunch. So now I pay it with joy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got no problem paying it now. I'm actually happy to be paying it. But I was thinking about breaking this legacy of poverty. And growing up poor, you don't really notice that you're poor. You know what I'm saying? Because life be good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really don't really think about it. I was telling folks the other day about giving my daughter her allowance, even though she don't clean up her room because she gets straight A's and because she a star cheerleader and all this kind of stuff. But she don't clean up her room. She don't clean up her bathroom. She got her own bathroom she don't clean up. And she don't wash dishes. So should she still get an allowance? But you know what was happening when I was getting my allowance? I was getting my allowance with food stamps, like paper food stamps. That's how I got my allowance. That was my money. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up a little different. When I met the lady that would be my wife, when I met her, she had grew up middle class, and I had grew up rather different. So I had habits that needed to be changed in order to make the relationship work. Like, she was accustomed to a certain kind of just peace of mind, like bills gonna get paid. My wife, I'm telling y'all, if bills ain't getting paid on time, like, I get a whole different marriage. You know what I'm saying? A whole different relationship. So I had to learn a lot of different habits to make shit happen a little bit better. And on that process, you know, we got married, we bought a house, we did a lot of cool shit. But beforehand, man, y'all, I was fucking up a lot. And it was because I came from that legacy of poverty. I just didn't know no better. I was pawning stuff to pay bills, you know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't stretch my paychecks out. I didn't know how to budget. I was just spending money impulse buying. Ooh, I want that. Ooh, this is close to the register. I want that. Like, I was impulse buying shit. And because of this, I couldn't stretch paychecks out. And since I couldn't stretch paychecks out, I would have to pawn, like, my PlayStation or a extra TV. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that until I can get paid and then get my shit back. You know what I'm saying? I would have to get a payday loan to pay another payday loan off. Like, think about that, y'all. Like, I was a black man in my mid-20s, and I didn't know how to value hard-earned money because I never learned that. And I ain't blaming nobody on that. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like, I didn't come from places where that was something that was thought about. Shit, we couldn't stretch our money out from month to month. You know what I'm saying? The first of the month check, you know what I'm saying? You got to make that work to the next month, to the next first. Oftentimes, you got to borrow money. Oftentimes, y'all go without. Oftentimes, you got to eat ketchup sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? And I was good with that life. You know? And that was the problem, though. Like, I was happy living in squalor, living in mediocrity. So it took the woman that became my wife, my lady, it took her to really clean me up, to really polish me up, to really get my shit on track, to really help me to see that, hey, you know, you can spend your money a lot better. Hey, you can save for things. This thing's called savings accounts. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it works out good. You know what I'm saying? Now my children get to grow up with a father owning a business. You know what I'm saying? Word Overdose Publications. Make sure you visit wordoverdose.com, by the way. You know what I'm saying? We make it power moves over here. Everybody in our neighborhood, they sold houses to buy houses in this neighborhood. But for us, this is our first house. You know what I'm saying? Like, This is the first house for us. This is our starter home. So we want to have an estate one day. Think about that. Like, I want to have an estate. I want to have a house that's considered a mansion one day. Not for the sake of glory from others, but for the sake of, I want to have that. I want to be able to say, look what we done. Look what we made it. We made it. You know what I'm saying? And that's all about breaking that legacy of poverty. Breaking the cycles or thought patterns that are associated with being poor, so that the next generation will not have to grow up with those thought patterns, so that the next generation will know how to invest in themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like with my three boys, I want all of them to learn a skill by the time they're 10 years old. They're gonna learn how to cut hair, so they can use this garage I'm sitting in right now. Like, if we still in this house, I want them to be able to use this garage as a barbershop where all the children of the neighborhood can come over here and get haircuts for $3, $5. And they at 10 years old will be making money, some money on their own. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that aspect. I want them, I got 3 boys. Like I said, y'all know how many videos and books and shit I write on a regular basis. I want one of my boys to work on audio, video. I want one of my boys to work on graphic arts. I want one of my boys to work on web design. I want them to be able to have them kind of skills so that they can produce their own shows. You know what I'm saying? They can be YouTube stars if they want to. They can have their own businesses. That's all associated with the skills they learn from an early age. That's called investing in their future. You know, so I look at all these things. These are different ways that I'm working on breaking these legacies of poverty. And I've done it in myself, and hopefully my children grow up a little bit different, because they don't have to be, I don't want them ever to have to be in a position where they themselves are comfortable lacking shit, are comfortable being poor. Now, you can be content to get yourself to the next level, or until you can get to the next level. I don't want them to break down and be depressed because they don't got shit. At the same time, I don't want them to be totally oblivious to the fact that they can't pay their bills. I don't want them to think I'm gonna put the rims of my car before getting a mortgage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to break this legacy of poverty. And I'm gonna say again, because I'm proud of myself, toot my own horn. My children are the first generation in my family to grow up without free lunch. Small thing, but damn it, I'm happy. So y'all do y'all thing. I hope I give y'all some shit that encourage y'all. If y'all like this kind of content from Willie Lee, make sure you share. Make sure you visit worldoverdose.com. By the way,